I really didn't think it was gonna get delayed. Like I had an inkling like earlier, and I dismissed it. I was like, no, like the way that they hyped that up, that release date, I'm like, no, that's coming out then. And then it's like, wow, okay, like holy shit. Honestly, it's good that it's delayed, but I'm still sad. Yeah, yeah. Whenever anything is delayed, it's usually for the better. Like it ends up being a better product because of it, right? Games, movies, YouTube videos, music. Maybe even streams. No, not streams. Whenever something gets delayed, it's usually for the best, right? It ends up being a better experience due to the delay. So, which this month, I still think I'm going to be done this month, but the video is not going to be out this month because I talked about this on the past stream. I need at least a week, maybe even 2 weeks of like videos done. But all right, so I'll explain this again because I know a lot of people aren't here for all the streams. Like I've been working on this video for I think maybe more than 2 years at this point, and for the last 8 months, it's been all I've been working on pretty much. And like the product, the video is like, okay, just like I said this yesterday, just the Witcher 1 part is longer than 4 hours. All right, like. I've been telling you guys certain video lengths because I've been I want to cut things down. I want to trim it as low as possible. And in the past, whenever I've said, hey, the video is this long, and then I managed to cut it down, usually people are upset. They're like, I want the whole experience, and they think the video is lesser from the stuff that's cut out. So, and also, if I say the video is like, let's say an extreme example, okay? Let's say I say I'm making a video series on every single Final Fantasy game, and the whole series is 50 hours long. You know what I mean? Like the video series is 50 hours long, and then when it finally comes out, it's only 30 hours long. Then I'm gonna say, yeah, because I managed to cut 20 hours of content. Like I trimmed all of these different individual videos down of everything. You know what I mean? Like then I feel like some people might be like feel cheated or robbed of almost 50% of the content that was supposed to be there, or they might not view that work as being actual work or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, so I've been trying to play it down because I don't want to I don't want to have that experience or give you guys that experience. So that's why I say the video is going to be at least 9 hours long. That's how it is. That's my target, but it's longer than that. When a project gets that big, in my experience anyway, I don't think many people have ever made a video project this big. I'm not saying I'm unique, but I feel like it's somewhat of a special situation to have a solo video project that's this long. I've never made something this big. The longest video I've ever made is on YouTube was for a video, not a stream, has been like 3.5 hours, right? The Last of Us Uncharted video, right? Having that pretty much times 3, like editing that at the end, trying to keep that in your head is very, very difficult. So there's this whole part of the end of the project that is just completely uncharted territory for me. That's a good pun. Unintentional. Like I don't know how to process that, how to process it all properly. Just watching the whole video back 2, 3, sometimes even 4 times. That's what I do at the end of the project, just to make sure everything's lined up properly. Like when that's an hour, it's like, okay, I can watch it multiple times a day. But when it's like over 9 hours, like that's almost a week's worth of work right there, because it's not just the duration of the time, it's also pausing, making the changes, going back, watching the little bit before and after to make sure it's lined up properly. There's no problems in the timeline after that sort of thing. I also want to give it at least a week of just I don't want to look at it. I just want to shove it away, and I want it to just not be something that's on my mind constantly, and I want to come back at it with just that week break, so I can watch it and be like, okay, so I can view errors that I would miss if I still didn't have like my eyes soaked in it. You know what I mean? So like I haven't had to do that before in past videos, but yeah, I don't know. Like I was talking to Lily about this last night. Like I really want to close down the Patreon. And I almost did it last night. I was really upset last night. I was in a really bad place last night, and I really wanted to close down the Patreon last night. And I almost did. I still might. Like I want to. Like I feel such an immense amount of pressure from the Patreon. Like streams are like, you guys come to the stream, you get your content, you sub while the stream is up. If I miss a stream, then usually subs drop. Like if we miss a stream, Usually like subs go down anywhere from like, we lose from like 50 to 100 subs. Sometimes they might come back, but it's like it's basically like you get the streams, you support the streams while the streams are happening, whereas the videos is like supported through Patreon, through ads, right? But through Patreon. So I feel like every single month that there isn't a video, like Patreon, there's just like this burning glare coming from Patreon, you know what I mean? So if you miss a single stream, like streams, like if you follow your schedule, like it doesn't have to be like you stream every day, but you have to have your schedule. Like, yeah, because there are certain people that can only come to the Tuesday streams, and there's certain people that only come to the Wednesday streams, only some people that come to the Thursday streams, etc., etc., etc. So like if streams are kind of based on like a bonus combo modifier kind of thing. A lot of streamers talk about this sort of thing, that like you build up momentum by streaming regularly on your schedule, and if you ever miss a day for whatever reason, usually it's better if it's a scheduled miss day, but even then, like if you miss a day, it's like damn, you know what I mean? Like it can hurt you. It can set you back by quite a bit. That's why streaming is very, very stressful for some people, for this, when it's all they do. You know, I'm not just a streamer, so I don't really feel that pressure all that much. Yeah, but anyway, so whenever I feel like there's nothing going up or whatever, or if the videos take very longer than longer than I think they are, even though I've always said, whenever I say I think it's going to be done this time, please don't take that as a promise. Things happen. I have been historically very, very bad at estimates. I'm usually way off. Like originally when this video was being made, I thought it was only going to be 4 hours. Now the Witcher 1 part is only the 4 hours. It wasn't that long ago that I thought the whole thing was only going to be 6 hours instead of the 9+ hours. Like it's in double digits. Let's put it that way. Okay, it's in double digits. Okay, just do some math. If the Witcher 1 part is 4 hours, I think you can extrapolate it yourself, right? Witcher 1 and 2 parts are done, by the way. Like, they've been done for over a week. I say done, like, they're 99% done. I haven't rendered them, but, like, they're done. There are little tweaks here and there that I have to do, and there's, like, some heavy editing parts that I have to do here and there. But, like, they're done. Like, it's just the Witcher 3 part that I'm still working on with the books and the DLC. But even saying that, there have been people that have been fans for a long time that I speak to fairly regularly, and even they will say things like, "Oh, looks like your estimate was way off again, haha," and they mean it as kind of like a gentle kind of ribbing, or maybe some of them do, maybe some of them don't, maybe some of them mean it, but it's still kind of like, it's just this constant feeling of, oh, you're letting so many people down, and like it just like, do you know how like I shouldn't went. I'm sorry. I have one of the best jobs in the world. Let me just preface this bitching with that, all right? I have one of the best jobs in the world. I wake up every single day grateful for the job that I have. Like, I am so grateful and so happy to have the job that I do. Like, I get to play video games, I get to think about video games, I get to write about them, I get to talk to you guys. Like, I love my work so much. But that comes with kind of like Lily's, we're all over the place today. So Lily's bipolar, if you didn't know that. Lily's fairly open about her being bipolar. That's one of the main reasons why she's inspired to have the mental health channel on Discord. Lily's bipolar. And something that bipolar sufferers have, and also people that suffer from depression, is that they will, and I don't really suffer from depression. When I'm depressed, there's a reason for why I'm depressed. Whereas people who suffer from depression, they have depression for no reason. That's the difference between, hey, you're depressed because of circumstances, and depressed because it's clinical depression. You have no reason to be depressed, but you're still depressed because life dealt you a bad hand chemically or genetically or whatever. That's what it is. So people who are depressed clinically often go through this thing where they will get even more depressed if their life is great. Because if their life is great, like say you have clinical depression and you have like a great partner and a great family and you have a great job and you have every reason to be happy, right? If you have every reason to be happy and you're still depressed, that makes you more depressed, because it's this like building in that's kind of like holy shit, I'm so depressed, I'm such a piece of shit that I'm still depressed while I have all these great things in my life. So because you have clinical depression that comes at you no matter what, even though you have a great life, because that's what it is, and then you look around and you just feel so guilty and you feel so like so like ungrateful that you are depressed even though you have every reason not to be, because it's clinical, you can't control it. So that's kind of how I feel about the job, is that like I really love my job, and I really like, I'm grateful for it. So if I'm not working as hard as I possibly can be, you know, then I'm like, I don't deserve it. What the fuck are you doing? You're squandering this, blah, 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 blah. And it just rolls into this big, huge thing. So even though it's like, like, everything I just said is true, and there's all these people supporting me on Patreon and everything, and most of them say, you know, it's fine, take your time, it doesn't matter. I still feel like so ungrateful and like such a piece of shit, even though like for almost every single week in the past, like I can't remember, like it was about a month after the baby was born, like I've been working near 100 hours a week. Like that's how long it's been going on for. So even though like that absurd amount of work, I still feel like, oh my god, I'm not doing enough. Oh my god, I'm not working hard enough. Oh my god, like what the fuck, I'm squandering this. You know what I mean? That sort of thing. Like it's not an exaggeration that the Witcher video is over 4,000 hours of work. Like that's how much time has gone into it. So yeah, like I feel like I just want to close down the Patreon because that pressure just kills me. It just kills me every single time. So I don't know. I almost did it last night. I still might do it. Maybe I'll pause it. Like someone in chat said it should just turn into a tip jar. Maybe I could do that, but I already kind of did that a while ago. I said, hey, like video content isn't guaranteed anymore. You know, like I'm really bad at estimates, and you know, like please take me at my word. And I think in the past I've proven that, you know, when there's a drought in content, it's usually followed up by a big, huge video. I'm still working on videos constantly. This is just a you're supporting things for how long they take. I think I've done that in a Patreon post in the past. So maybe I need to reiterate that and make it more clear, but at the same time, like I feel like that isn't enough. I still feel like I'm gonna feel like beholden to working as hard as I can because of the Patreon. Depression is kind of a thing. Yeah, I don't really get depression that much, but yeah, you can wallow. Yeah, I think anything can be kind of addicting. I think like kind of any strong kind of emotion, you can kind of like just sink into it. Yeah. This still actually makes me worry about that game. I'm not so much worried about the game. I think the game will be better off for it. I am a little worried about their employees. However, CD Projekt has a bad reputation for crunching the shit out of their employees. But I did also read that they're not forced to do the crunch, and they also do get paid overtime for it, right? So I'm pretty sure that in terms of game developers, CD Projekt, even though they do have that reputation, is better than most, because a lot of game dev companies that work their employees overtime, they don't get paid overtime. Like, I don't know, seems that way. I know very little about Polish culture and law, despite Lily being half Polish. Kind of funny. Dude, making the video on the Polish game, but like I would, what little I do know leads me to think that they would be fair to their employees. Like there's a lot of laws there, but yeah, it's okay to do well being where you are. Just let us know if we're doing stuff that isn't helpful. I just want to bring you discomfort. No, it's fine. Like no one actively does anything bad. Like, and this is a me problem. It's not a problem on you guys. It's a me problem. I feel like I'm probably not the kind of person that responds well to the specific type of pressure that a Patreon brings. Like when the No Man's Sky video went up, and then later on when we did the Patreon video, it was like just such an amazing day seeing that number go up. It's like, holy shit, that like not only is this you know my full-time job now, it's going to be quite a good job, you know, like financially we're going to be in a good situation. Like Lily and I've spoken about this before, like before the channel like took off, we were like okay, we weren't like starving, but in terms of what Canada considers the poverty line, we were below the poverty line, you know, before that, right? Like we were in a pretty bad place. So we've come from very, very, very little to quite a lot after that. So there's like that kind of I don't know, what's it called when you go from like one class to another. Like I think it's called middle class skill, but I wouldn't consider myself middle class. Like I don't know, it would be like working class to middle lower class. I don't know, like that sort of thing. So yeah, it's there's that part of it too. Betraying your comrade. If you took down the Patreon, what would be the best way to support you? Twitch. I have a PayPal now, but I don't know if it's gonna work long term. I'm having some trouble with it right now, but I have a PayPal now, but I don't know. I feel kind of scummy talking about money after this, after talking about all that. Like, I don't know. Like, I look at it, I think, if the streams came back more often, like after The Witcher's done, I probably don't need the Patreon. So maybe the Patreon could just be like, maybe if I just like put just a thing on there and said, hey, the Patreon is just, this is just purely for tip now. Like, that's like in all capital letters or whatever. Maybe that would be fine. I don't know. I think I'll talk to Lily about it afterwards. I should talk to Lily about it. You're okay? I'm fine. Don't worry about me. Oh, just a lot going on, guys. Just a lot going on. I became a dad again last year, man. Like, oh, I feel like I barely know that baby. And she's such a nice baby, too. She's such a nice baby. Such a nice baby. Do Witcher 3 video has all 90 bosses tier list inside Mr. Sorry Critic.